like a champ and I wait on a whole lot. I just whip up a new Chanel patty, got whip with the wrist and I don't break the door. Turn the whole top floor to up. 100 racks and 1 2 about to flood that.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And no error to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Ohio State. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Now a 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Here we go. 10 black, 10 cycles.
They go with Thompson again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
He was taken down.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's go. 45. White. Ready?
Here's Young. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game.
Isaiah Rodgers on the return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go. 7 Hawks. Wait, stay in. Watch your keep.
Throwing is McCarthy. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Valuable lesson, man. I had to grow up. That's why I never ask for help. I do it for you and do it for myself. I go 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. Whole squad on that real 0 to 100.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. McCarthy off the play fake. They'll try and do this himself. And he is caught. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 39.
Yards on the play.
The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. We know that he can get first downs with his arm and his legs, Charles. And there, when he gets outside of the pocket, the defense has to account for both, and he's able to complete it for the first.
And he's very comfortable outside of the pocket. Some quarterbacks, that's not their thing. For him, that seems to be the #1 asset to his game. Gets out to the open field, things seem to break down the secondary a little bit, and he picks out the right target.
Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his third completion here in the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be
Jordan Addison, 29 yards. And the Vikings are on the board here first in the season opener. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10.
Ready?
Young. Over the middle, complete. That's Ortiz. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
Down. 33. Yellow.
Now here's Young. He finds his man. Complete. It's Ortiz.
To number 88. 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7.
Let's go. 6. Slide 2.
To throw, Young. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively, and now brings up 3rd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Again, it's Young. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Cameron Curl. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Okay, ready?
Now McCarthy. Pass complete to Addison. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here's McCarthy. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson from 17 yards out. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, it's only week 1, CD, but right now this offense, they look in mid-season form.
And what we're seeing is the benefits of their dedication in the offseason, which is mini camps, preseason, you name it, they did it. All that work in preparation, we're seeing right now, they're making it all pay off.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Young working out of the gun. That's taken in. It's Xavier Liggett. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And that one good for 26 and a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from that point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
To Thompson on the screen. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit.
Nice little nifty play for them there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? They were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7. Leaves it with a 2nd and 3. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Thompson between the tackles. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
It's a gain of 6.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Ready?
Young is set to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down in the yard. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. He finds his man, complete. That's Medina. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Panthers are back within a score.
It is good.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 13-7. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but now before he's across the 35. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, look at repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Second and 11 now. To the air with McCarthy. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Had no man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try to do it again.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown! And Xavier again, 74 yards. And the Panthers strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Extra point splits the uprights. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And he returns this to the 22.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with a slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On play action, now McCarthy. Open man, that's Felton. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
11 more yards.
Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down. Stopped at the Panthers' 39.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 28. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
Vikings, first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. They'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 and 2nd down.
24-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Second and 6. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with a throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Panthers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack.
10-yard loss on the play.
It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Ready. Black, 95.
In motion goes the tight end. And they just get the play off. Now Young. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Let's go. 6. Mega. Blue 32. Ready.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
4th down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Rodgers on the return. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Big Derek Brown making the stop.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
McCarthy operating from the gun. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And these guys have got it back in the closing stages of the first half. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Down.
The slot man in motion right. Following the interception, Young. And he drops this off to Townsend, complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Here we go. Black shot. 10 black.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Young. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Bgdean. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Carolina.
Red, cycle. Step hut. Yellow, 43. Ready.
Out of the gun, it's Young. He's got Thompson here, complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points.
28-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half.
17.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Throwing is McCarthy. Now he's going to step up and run. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
3rd and 3.
Let's go. Go.
Operating from the gun, McCarthy. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. First play of the drive is a run with Thompson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the 2nd half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Black, 95. Cut.
Young to throw it. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
45, White.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Now Young. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Rodgers to return it. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
At their own 37-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Second and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Now a quick throw into the hands of Jefferson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 9 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
2nd and 1. And his throw is incomplete.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 18 Cardinals, 18 Cardinals. Rush in. Rush in.
They will play action. Here's McCarthy. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You've got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the fourth quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's got a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Ready?
Here's Young from the shotgun. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther 1st down.
It's a gain of 10.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
To throw, Young. He's got it complete to Thompson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Throwing, Young. He finds his man, complete. That's Ortiz. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
It's a gain of 9.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Come on, set. Yellow, 43. Check, hot.
They'll throw again. Young. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
Intercepted. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On play action, McCarthy. This is caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Addison, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is the absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away. And he's going to be out of bounds here as his guys will have it to start the fourth. This time has run out on quarter number 3. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. They need their best drive of the game right here.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Young quickly to the flat. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2 yards on the play. First down, Panthers.
Young now. This is caught by McMillan. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner. We're watching them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
It'll be Young again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, it's time to give real credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Checks this down to Hubbard. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Here we go. Black 33, yellow.
They'll send the tight end in motion left.
Ready?
It's desperation time. Young on fourth down. Fourth down, no problem. Just a home pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Ready.
Young going to give it up on the touch pass. Now on this one, he may need to go back to the drawing board, and he's going to be swallowed up right away. Byron Murphy there on the tackle. This is 2nd and 8.
Set, hut. 45, wide, cut.
Young will set to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hubbard. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
60 red.
To the air once more, Young. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot, forcing the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
We'll get this complete to the running back, Hubbard.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
Brings up third and two.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now you get to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. We knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're on top.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up? Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
Here's first and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20.
Touchdown, Vikings! A big play there. 74 yards. And the Vikings strike quickly to take the lead here in the fourth. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
You break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly. Big time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
After right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings move it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
This is first and 10.
In motion, the tight end. Now here's Young.
That one complete to again.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Here we go. Here we go. Blue 32.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Young. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that one. He read all of his keys perfectly, got a great break on the ball, and able to force that incompletion.
Sending love from my bass compressor. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't really want to brag. I'm just telling that I'm leaving with a bag.
Another try, second and 10 now.
Down. 50 green. Set.
Young to throw it.
To the left side, he's got McMillan.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's third down now.
33, yellow. Ready.
Here's Young. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On the set. 19 tight. 19 tight. Ready. 18 Cardinal. 18.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
That is incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this third down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that one seeing going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
There's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Their own 21-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Set, ready. 52, blue.
Young to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
Under 90 seconds to go. Here's 2nd and 10.
Yellow, 22. Black shot.
Now Young.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Folks, remember this, his first NFL game, a rookie getting playing time here in week 1, and he comes through with a giant play there, an interception return for obviously his first NFL touchdown.
Do you think he dreamed that last night? No chance. Not a one see what that road, but he got it done.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
He's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, and to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Here we go. Set.
Young. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
13 yards, first down, Panthers.
If I can put my defensive cap on right now, I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
That one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Ready. Black on blue. 32.
Now Young. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ortiz. They call his number again. It's his sixth catch and a first down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first three quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And he'll go down now before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Again, it's Young. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a second and 10.
Set, ready. Field, black, yellow, 43. Cut.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. Carry number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down.
Third down and 9.
Ready?
Young to throw it. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down.
Ready. Black shot, red, 38. Hey, blue. Hey, check mega. Hut.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Minnesota, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.